Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So yesterday, a community poll was held in the official Blue Lock Rivals Discord, asking players which character they'd want to receive a refresh next. Now before we jump into the results, let me clarify something real quick. A refresh in BLR terms doesn't mean a full-on rework. We're not talking about a brand new moveset with crazy animation changes or anything that dramatic. In reality, a refresh usually means small tweaks, minor improvements, and maybe one or two revamped skills at most. It's not what I would call a full rework, but for the sake of simplicity and because it just sounds cleaner, I'm going to refer to it as a rework from here on out. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's dive into the poll results and what this could mean for some of your favorite characters. So, if you're watching this video right now, chances are the poll has already ended. And based on how the voting was going, I think it's safe to say that Shidu has most likely won the poll. That means we're very likely to get a fresh new rework for Shidu in the near future. And honestly, that's pretty exciting. Coming in second place was Yukimiya, and fun fact, I actually voted for him myself. Unfortunately, we'll have to wait a little longer to see changes for him, but his time will come. In third place, we had a bit of a surprise. Chigiri took that spot, followed closely by Baru. At the time of the poll, Chigiri had around 1,600 votes and Baru had about 1,200. But again, by the time you're watching this, those numbers may have changed. Still, the takeaway is this. Shidu took first place, Yukimiya came in second. So it's very likely that both of them will get their refreshes in the coming weeks. Let's talk about what that might look like, starting with Shidu. Now, let me start by saying, Shidu as a character is already really strong. In Mythic, he has one of the best styles out there if you're playing Striker. But in today's meta, where Kaiser either plays against you or, even worse, is on your team, Shidu starts to feel like a shadow of himself. And not in the good way. Kaiser just takes the spotlight. He scores faster, easier, and more efficiently. And it makes Shidu feel kind of underwhelming. Right now, Shidu's kit is pretty much 100% focused on shooting. And that's fair, he is a striker, after all. But for the sake of balance, I think he needs something extra. I'm not saying to overhaul his whole kit, but just give him one ability that lets him do something when he doesn't have the ball. Actually, something that's been actively discussed on Discord is the idea of letting Shidu use Awakening without the ball. And that's a change I'd personally love to see. Make it so that Shidu can awaken without needing possession, just like he did in the anime. Using that ball must be above you feature as a trigger. Let's be real, nobody uses that mechanic anyway, so why not turn it into something useful? Right now, Shidu has only one cutscene-based move, and while it's amazing, one of the best awakenings in the game, it still feels a little underwhelming when the rest of his abilities are just weaker shots compared to other styles. And don't even start with but Mythic versus World Class. I personally think Nel Bachira is better than Nel Isagi right now. Yes, Isagi got nerfed, especially his dash. But let's be honest, he was broken in the worst way even before the nerf. Meanwhile, Nel Bachira is one of the most balanced characters in the game. All of his moves serve a purpose, and that's something I wish more characters had. So, for Shidu, I'd suggest giving him a dash-type skill, like the one he uses in the anime when those wings appear behind his back and he bursts forward. This could be a huge game changer, something he can do without the ball to maintain pressure and still play a role in the match. And yeah, after that, you could definitely start calling this a proper rework, especially if they also add another shot-style move like his Scorpion Kick. That iconic back heel, it deserves to be in the game, and it could give Shidu the flair he needs to reclaim his spot at the top. Now let's talk about Yukimiya, my personal favorite pick from the poll. What I think he desperately needs is the same combo system that newer characters have, like Nel Bachira, Otoya, and Baru. When they use a dribble move and the animation ends, that same button immediately becomes a shoot button. This makes gameplay more fluid, faster paced, and more rewarding, especially in 1 vs 1s. Right now, Yukimiya can cruise through half the field with style, and then end up doing absolutely nothing against a real player goalie. His ult is great, don't get me wrong, but I'd love to see his final shot curve a bit more, like Kaiser's curved animation, to make it less predictable and harder to block. Especially when the goalie isn't AI controlled, he needs something extra to outsmart human reaction. Now let's move on to Baru, who placed just outside the top 3. Some people in the Discord think the reason he was even included in the poll is because the devs themselves might be planning to update his animations anyway. And honestly, they should. Here's a suggestion from someone in the Suggestions tab on Discord. King's update was just below half-baked. Please remake Awakening and its animations to match the current quality level, like what we saw with Kaiser, NEL, etc. Also, they mentioned buffing his Lion Steel hitbox, which currently only works if you're basically inside your opponent. And let's not forget, his limited cosmetics were low quality, especially for a paid cosmetic. Too many particles and hard to aim with? Honestly, they're right. Let's hope the devs take those suggestions seriously. Now, this is kind of an off-topic bonus section, but I wanted to bring it up since I forgot to mention it in the last video. Let's talk about Sae's buff. More specifically, Arm Swipe and Beautiful Shot. In my opinion, both of these should be removed. Yeah, I know that's controversial, but hear me out. Arm Swipe just doesn't feel like Sae. It's a telekinesis-style pull, Nenin, and that's not what he's about. His kit is already decent without it. If the devs must keep Arm Swipe, at least make it so it only triggers when the opponent is shooting. So it just throws off their balance instead of ragdolling them like they got body blocked by Kunigami. It should work like in the anime. Sae nudges Isagi, throws off his aim, and prevents the shot. As for Beautiful Shot, I say scrap it entirely and replace it with something more accurate. Maybe a curve shot, or even that powerful drive he used in the anime. Give him a new shot move that fits his style and identity more closely. Sae doesn't need gimmicks, he just needs precision and impact. And finally, did you hear the news? Rin's rework is coming this week, but here's the twist. Instead of getting a separate NEL Rin and a rework of classic Rin, the devs are merging it into one, so the new Rin will become NEL Rin. That's wild, and I honestly believe NEL Rin is going to become the top style in the game. So if you haven't already, start grinding now. Get your hands on him as soon as he drops, because in the manga's NEL League, Rin is literally the #1 player, and I think we're about to see that reflected in the game too. And that's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed this breakdown, the updates, and my thoughts on future reworks, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It seriously helps a lot and keeps me motivated to bring you even more content. Right now, my goal is to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of May, and honestly, I believe we can make it together. Every new sub brings us one step closer, and it means the world to me. Also, I really want to hear from you. What would you change about Shidu's new style? Do you think Sae needs a complete overhaul? Or were you hoping Yukimiya would get the rework instead? Let me know in the comments. I read all of them, and I often reply. Who knows? Maybe your idea ends up in the game someday. Thanks a ton for watching all the way through. It truly means a lot. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care, and good luck in your matches.